Oh my goodness. I hope I'm not muted on YouTube. That is, I hope I'm not muted on YouTube. Oh my God, I think I was. Okay, well, we'll have to work on that later. But I want you guys to going forward, when you are spending money, this is one of the things that I have decided to implement in my life that has really changed how I see myself and how I see what I'm capable of, right? When you're spending money, spend it in gratitude. You're going to spend the money anyway. So you might as well spend the money in the feeling of, I'm grateful that I have the ability to do it, and the feeling of abundance, right? The other part of your exercise or your homework was to cultivate an inner sense of plenty, okay? An inner sense of plenty. What do I mean by that? If your goal is to manifest more, if your goal is to get more, if your goal is to increase your life in some capacity, right? That means, right, you have a want for something new. So let's talk about money. We've been using the example of money throughout this masterclass because money is calculable, right? You can see clearly based on how much someone earns what their standard of living is. Okay, now money is not the most important. Money's not in the top three, but that's what we're going to use as far as demonstrating the quality of your life. Okay, so yesterday, I told you guys that you want to cultivate an inner sense of plenty. You want to create an inner sense of plenty. What does that mean? That means that inside, at your core, who you believe yourself to be, what you feel about yourself, you feel as though you are living in abundance. Okay. What happens typically is people want things, right? I want more money. Okay. If you say that you want more money, that implies that you do not currently have it. Well, we all agree on that, right? If you want something, that means you do not have it. Okay. If you are in the state of wanting something, right, you get what you give. So if you give the universe, I want, the universe is going to give you more of I want. You want, you want, you want, you want. Versus if you have an inner sense of I have, right? I have, then the universe is going to give you more of I have. So what I ask you guys to do, or what I encourage you guys to do, is to look around your house, because what we want to do is we want to, like I said, we want to cultivate an inner sense of plenty. Okay. Well, how do I do that, Maya? I don't have any money in my bank account. I don't have money. I don't have money. I don't see any money in my bank account. Okay. It's 11:11. I love that. Okay. So I don't have any money in my bank account, Maya. How can I feel like I have abundance, or I'm prosperous, or I have an inner sense of plenty? Okay. The task was for you guys to look around your house and find the plenty. You live in abundance, whether you recognize it or not. You have plenty plates, you have plenty towels, you have plenty washcloths, you have plenty water, you have plenty soap, you have plenty food. You got plenty shoes, plenty shirts, plenty panties, plenty drawers. Okay. You live in a state of abundance, period. Okay. So that's what your task is, right? The task was to look around your house and see how much you actually had, because you live in plenty. And what paid for that stuff that you have? The stuff that you're pointing out that you have, what paid for that? Money did. So just because you don't have the money in your bank account, just because you cannot see the money in your bank account, does not mean you do not have, does not mean you're not abundant. It does not mean that you cannot cultivate an inner sense of plenty. Okay. So just because you don't see the number, right, does it mean that you are not living in a state of abundance? Because all of the stuff around you, all of the stuff that you see in your home, money paid for it, whether it was your money or someone else's money. Okay. So that's how we start to see and believe and feel as though we have it all, so that the universe says, oh, she does have it all. He does have it all. Let me give them some more. Let me give you some more of it all. Okay. So that was the homework. And this is something that we are going to work on going forward as well. For the people that decide to, this is the day that they want to change your life, we will work on cultivating this inner sense of plenty. And it doesn't take long. It can be very quick. I believe that. And I want you to believe it too. Okay. So we are going to have a Q&A session. But before we do that, right, so I want you guys, wherever you're watching from, if you have questions, put them in the chat. Wherever you're at, just drop them in the chat so that I can answer your questions, okay? Whatever questions you have, whatever is pressing, whatever you thought about last night. When you were creating that inner sense of plenty, was there a question that popped up, right? When you were spending that money in gratitude, was there a question that popped up? Okay, so I want you guys to drop your questions, and then as soon as I see some questions come in, then we'll start to go over those. All right, but let's go back into the steps. Okay, because yesterday, like I said, we talked about the 4-step manifestation process. This is the process that you are going to use each and every time you decide to level up. Okay, because what the goal of this process, the goal of what we are doing is for you to be transformed. Okay, for you to transform your identity. So if your identity is transformed, right, you're going to have a new life that is in harmony with that identity. But you don't, what you want to realize, or how you want to move forward in life, right, is you want to be grateful, but you want to be dissatisfied. Or you want to be grateful, but you want to be unsatisfied. You do not want to be satisfied. Why would I say that? What does that mean? What does it mean to be grateful but not satisfied? Okay. When you're grateful, right, that means you are showing thanks, appreciation, love for the things that you have. Okay. All those books, all that toilet tissue, all those paper towels, all those towels, all those cups, pans, everything that you found in your house that shows you that you live in abundance. You want to absolutely be grateful for those, because if you are not grateful for what you have, you will not receive more. I think it's Oprah. Oprah's quote was, it's be grateful for what you have, you'll end up having more. If you focus on what you don't have, you'll never have enough. Okay, so you want to be grateful. I want you guys to be grateful for everything you have, because you have a lot. It might not seem like a lot to you based on what you want, but compare it to what you've had. Okay, you want to be grateful, but you do not want to be satisfied. Why would I not want to be satisfied with where I'm at? I want to be grateful, but I don't want to be satisfied. When you're satisfied, right? When you're happy, well, not happy. When you're satisfied with where your life is, right? That does not promote growth. If you're satisfied with something, you're not going to think of ways to make it better. Does that make sense? When you're dissatisfied, when you do not like something, your mind starts to work. How can I change this? How can I improve this? How can I make my experience, my human experience, better? Okay, so that's what I mean by I want you guys to be grateful, but never satisfied. So these 4 steps that I'm going through with you guys today, again, these are the steps you're going to take. Once you get to that next level and you say, you know what, I want more. I want you guys to understand that it is not negative. It is not bad. It is not evil. It is not something to look down upon if you want more. That is your natural state of being. Expansion and fuller expression. Okay, so if you are somebody that wants more, that is a great sign. That is a sign that you are connected to your oneness, because God's spirit, source, universe is all about expansion. Any feeling that you have that tells you to lessen what you're doing, to pipe down, to chill, that's not spirit. That's not God. That's not the universe. That is not source. I didn't realize I wanted more until I had 2 jobs. And the thing with this is, right, there is a way that you can get all that you're getting from those 2 jobs from 1 job. Might not even be a job. It might be a service that you're providing, right? We believe that we have to exchange our time for money. That is what we've been taught. We have been taught from the earliest age that you exchange your time for money. What does that mean? That means I go to work for 8, 9 hours a day. Every 2 weeks, I get a paycheck. I get money for the time that I spent working. You may not believe this, and this may sound like, are you sure, Maya? Trading your time for money is the worst way to earn it. That's the way we've all been taught, though. If you're trading your time for money, you only have a set amount of time. We only have 24 hours. So you're limited in the amount of money that you can earn because you earn money by the hour. Does that make sense? Now, there's nothing wrong with this. Let's be clear. There is nothing wrong with how you get your bag, babes. Okay? Get the bag. Get the bag. Get the bag. Get the bag, right? But how can we get the bag without trading our time for money? How can we use the money we've created to make more money? How can we shift our mindset, shift our perspective, shift our beliefs about what it means to receive money? Okay, so all of these things that we're talking about, right? This piece right here, this is the self-awareness piece, right? This is the part where I bring up things that you have deliberately been programmed not to know, not to remember. Okay? You have been deliberately programmed not to know, not to remember that you are one with spirit. You have been deliberately programmed to not remember, not know that you are supposed to live in abundance. Life is supposed to be happy. I don't know if anybody has told you something different or you feel differently about that. But life is supposed to be happy. It is supposed to be fulfilling. It is supposed to be abundant. The idea that we're supposed to live in lack and limitation is false. Okay? Drop that belief right now. Struggling is not of God. I said what I said. Struggling in any way is not of God. Lack and limitation is not of God. Okay? You are God. You are spirit. You are universe. So if you are living in a state of lack and limitation, that is not how you are supposed to be programmed to live. You are supposed to be in abundance. Okay. And how do we get out of the lack and limitation that we've been in, or the idea, or the perception of lack and limitation? How do we get out of that perception and get into abundance? Right? By creating that inner sense of plenty. Okay. Does that make sense? Do we have any questions? Okay. So, like I said, we're going to go into questions here as soon as I see some of them kind of flood in. But until then, I want to go back through this process again for you guys, because I want to make sure that you have the steps and you understand clearly what it is you want to do or you need to do to go forward. Okay. So the 4 steps of the manifestation process. Anytime you want to create that new life, currently you're making $100,000 a year. You want to make $1 million a year. Okay, you're currently earning 100,000. You want to make $1 million. Now, like I said, in these master classes, in these events that we're doing, money is what I'm focusing on as far as what's going to increase. But this is not the most important. Okay, you still have health, you still have family and relationships, you still have fashion and beauty, you still have yourself, you still have your business. Okay, so money is not the most important, but money is the thing that we can see. It's calculable. You can have 2 people standing beside each other and they both look healthy and one could drop at any moment, right? Versus seeing someone who has $1 million in income a month or year and $100,000 a year. You can absolutely see the different standard of living. Doesn't mean that one is better than the other, just means that one has a different standard of living. Okay. So you earn $100,000 right now. And I want to use that language because that's how we speak, right? You earn $100,000 right now. That's what you do. You earn it. You work for that money. You 40, 45 hours, 40, 50 hours a week. You earn that money. You do. You earn it. Versus you now have a desire to receive. You see how that feels lighter? It sounds more fun. Receive, your hand's just out. Just receive it. I just received this money. Versus earning it, versus getting down, working hard to get this money, okay? So you earn $100,000 now, and you're at the point where you want to start to receive $1 million a year, okay? What is the first step in our manifestation process? We know what we want. We thought about it a little bit. We didn't put too much thought into it, but I know I want more money. I know I want more money, okay? First question we need to ask ourselves, who do I need to be to receive more money? Who do I need to be to receive $1 million in income every year? Okay. So first step, who do I need to be? Well, in order for me to determine who I need to be, I need to know who I am. I can't change who I am if I don't know who I am, right? One of my favorite quotes of all time is, you cannot escape a prison if you do not know you are in one. I don't know if you've ever heard that quote before, but it has stuck with me ever since I've heard it. You cannot escape a prison if you do not know you're in one. Okay? So you cannot become the best version of yourself if you do not know who you are today. Okay? So the first step is self-awareness. What are my beliefs? What are my values? What do I believe to be true? Right? How do I feel? How does my self-concept feel? How does the idea I hold of myself feel? Does it feel empowering? Does it feel inviting? Does it feel magnetic? Or does it feel doubtful? Does it feel worried? Does it feel anxious? Right? Am I anxious? Do I feel anxious about my life, or do I feel enthused to go forward? Right? Okay. So we need the self-awareness piece. What are my beliefs currently that are holding me back? What is a limiting belief that I have that is holding me back? Okay. So in this example, the goal is to receive more money. So a limiting belief that you could have is that you go to work to earn money. You earn money through a job. That is a limiting belief. Okay. So the first step is just to figure out what the belief is. So the belief we're working with today is, I have to go to a job to earn money. Okay. That's the belief. So once we're aware of who we are currently, right? Once we're aware of our current belief system, we get into the second piece, which is spirit. Okay. So now that I know that I actually believe, because based on my results, I believe that I have to go to work to earn money. That's what I believe. Those are the results that I'm getting. Okay. So how can I connect with my oneness at this point? How can I see that I am spirit? How can I see that I have the powers of God? How can I see, right, that I am actually all there is? When I say that you guys are, when I say I want you to connect to your oneness, right, I want you to truly go inside and remember, because we're not creating something new. We're remembering who we are. When you got here, when you came through your mother and entered the world, you believed you were perfect. You believed you were confident. You had faith. You believed that that people were good. You believed that when you got here, that people were going to take care of you, that the world was good. You believed that as a baby. Why did you believe that? Because you, at your core, are spirit. And spirit is always for fuller expression and expansion. Spirit is for abundance. Spirit is prosperity. Spirit is love. Spirit is light. Okay? So you are spirit. You are not your body. Remember, I said this yesterday. You are not your body. You live in your body. You are not your body. You have a body. Okay? So if I'm not my body, if I have a body, then who am I? What is in the body? That's spirit. Okay? So when I say that you want to get close to your oneness, you want to get in spirit, we want to start to feel the power that we actually have. So the belief is, I got to go to work to earn money, right? Well, how can I get into spirit and realize that may not actually be true? Because that sounds limiting, and spirit is never for limitation. So that's a way that you can also see if your beliefs are limited. When you speak about that belief, when you write that belief down, does it sound like expansion, or does it sound like lack of limitation? Does it sound like progress, abundance, prosperity, or does it sound like worry, doubt, anxiety? Okay. So I want you to get in spirit, inspired. How do you do that? You can do that through music. You can do that through meditation. You could do it through visualization. You could do it through yoga. You could do it through stillness. There's plenty of, you could do it through podcasts. There's plenty of ways for you to get in spirit or inspired. Okay. Once you are inspired, once you're in spirit, right, your next step is to go to the intellectual mind piece. Okay. So we know what our belief is. Our belief currently is I have to go to work to get a job or to get money. I work to earn money. That is the way that I earn money, through working. That's your belief. The intellectual mind piece is, well, what belief would serve me? What belief would be empowering? Because the belief I have currently is limiting. It's keeping me at 100,000 because I believe I have to go to work to get money. So what belief could I have that is empowering, right? That is inspiring, that is in spirit, that feels as though it's connected to oneness, right? What belief could I have that would propel me to that $1 million? Okay. So this is a belief that you could cultivate, right? The belief that you have currently is I have to go to work to earn money. The new belief is money comes to me, right? Money comes to me continuously through multiple sources with ease. That could be a belief that you embody. And we'll talk about that in the fourth step. So the new belief is money comes to me easily and effortlessly through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly, or I receive money. I receive money easily and effortlessly through multiple sources on a continuous basis. That has a different, that sounds empowering. That sounds like that comes from spirit. That sounds like that is a God-given idea, right? I receive money easily and effortlessly through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Okay. So the third step is to determine the new belief, create the new identity. And of course, in this example, we're only going to use that one belief, but there will be some other beliefs that you would be looking into changing as well. Okay. So I receive money easily and effortlessly from multiple sources on a continuous basis. Right? You could even go a step further and say, I receive an increasing amount of money easily and effortlessly through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Okay, that is the new belief. So we've chosen the new belief. The next step is to embody the belief. Because just because we said this new belief, just because we affirmed it, does not mean we're going to act on it. Does not mean we're going to act inspired or in this new empowered state. Does that make sense? So just because you've created the new belief, that's not going to get you the results. That's not going to get you the transformation. That's not going to get you the manifestation. The embodiment piece, the piece that you do on the physical plane, is what is going to bring it to you. Okay? So the new belief is I receive an increasing amount of money easily and effortlessly from multiple sources on a continuous basis, right? That's the new belief. How would we embody that? When it comes to embodiment, right? That is the doing. That is the action piece, okay? We have to do something. You have to give to receive. I don't know if you guys are confused about this, because I think a good bit of us are. We think we get first and then we give. No. Doesn't work like that. You give first, then you receive. So you have to act first for the universe, God, spirit, source, whatever language makes you comfortable, to give you something, to give you the result of what you put out. Does that make sense? So how could I embody this belief? How could I act in a way that shows God, shows spirit, shows the universe that I am serious? I'm dead ass. Okay, I'm ready. What can I do that shows God that I mean what I say, that I actually believe that I receive increasing amounts of money effortlessly and easily through continuous sources or multiple sources on a continuous basis? How can I show God that I actually believe that? Because just because you say that you believe something doesn't mean it's going to come to you. Okay? You do not manifest what you want. You manifest who you are conscious of being. You do not manifest who you are. You manifest what you are conscious of being, not conscious of becoming. We don't manifest what we're conscious of trying to be. We manifest what we are conscious of being in this moment. Does that make sense? Okay, so how can I embody this new belief? These are the steps you're going to take to embody this new belief. Okay, and this is what you're going to do pretty much consistently. Okay, let me get a little coconut water. This is not sponsored, but this coconut water is delicious. It might be sponsored in the future, though. Let's put that out there. The steps you're going to take when you're ready to embody. Okay, we're aware of ourselves. We know what our limiting belief is. We've connected with our oneness. We believe that we are one with spirit and we are inspired. We're ready to do something. We're ready to make something happen. Okay, we took our old belief and we said, what is the opposite of this belief, right? What is the opposite of I have to go to work to earn money? And that's the new belief. I receive increasing amounts of money easily and effortlessly from multiple sources on a continuous basis. You're ready to embody it. This is what you're going to do. The first step is you're going to create an affirmation. Now, the affirmation could very well be, I receive increasing amounts of money easily and effortlessly from multiple sources on a continuous basis. That can be an affirmation. You are affirming. An affirmation is just a statement, an idea, a feeling that you are affirming. Okay? So the affirmation is, I receive increasing amounts of money easily and effortlessly from multiple sources on a continuous basis. That's the affirmation. That's the new belief. The second step is you want to designate a short period of time. This is very important. This is what I've learned in this study myself and what I've seen with my clients from their experiences. What happens is when we get an affirmation, we've been taught that you have to say that affirmation over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. We've been taught that you got to write it down 30,000 times. We've been taught that you got to do that you got to record it and play it on a loop and listen to it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? We've been taught that you have to, you hold on to the affirmation for 3 months, 30 days, and then boom, some point in the future, you'll believe it. That's not what we're doing here. When I told you guys yesterday that you can change your beliefs in an instant, I meant that. That's a belief that I want you to embody, that I want you to accept. Okay? So you're going to take a short period of time. If you have an affirmation that you've been saying for 3 months, what's happening is the reverse of what you want to happen. What's happening is you keep saying that you receive money endlessly and continuously, right? You keep saying that, you keep saying it. And what you're actually doing is just reaffirming to who you believe you are that you actually don't do that. Y'all see how that could work? Like not in your favor? How it could reverse what you're actually trying to do? Because you're listening to this affirmation, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. But you feel on the inside that you're not confident. So you're just really reaffirming or affirming the belief that you do not want. Does that make sense? So we don't want to say the affirmation for 30 years. Okay. We're going to say it for a short period of time. So let's say 7 days. You can make it 3 days. You can make it 1 day. Okay. This is just what I'm giving you guys. You can change your beliefs as quickly as you would like to. Remember, I told you yesterday that changing your beliefs is easy as changing your mind. I want vanilla ice cream. No, I want chocolate. Easy. Okay. So create the affirmation. Designate a short period of time, let's say 7 days. And then that third step, this is one of the most important pieces, is the emotion. You do not act No, let me not say that. You act based on how you feel. Your actions are based on your feelings. If you feel you had a bad day at work, what you like to do? You like to go home and eat some sweets. You like to get in your bed and cuddle up and be sad and eat some sugar. Watch a sad movie. Listen to some sad songs. Just mellow in the sadness. You act based on how you feel. So if you keep saying, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, but there's no feeling behind it, because that's not, do you guys feel that? I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. Do you feel that? Does that feel like anything? Does that move you? Versus saying, you know what? I am confident. That's got some power behind it. That has emotion behind it. Do you feel the difference? I'm confident. I am confident. You know what? I am confident. That is what emotion you want to put behind this affirmation for those 7 days. I am confident. I'm confident. And then that last step is for you to take inspired action. You are going to act in the assumption of this new belief. What do I mean by that? You are going to act as if you believe this new belief is true. Case in point. You say you're earning $100,000 right now. You want to receive $1 million. You have a business idea that you've had for 2 years and you're just sitting on it. Oh, it's not the right time. Oh, I don't have this. I don't have that. No one's going to want it. Da, 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 da. All this foolishness. just foolishness. Okay? Why do I do that, y'all? I'm losing my train of thought. You just have all of this foolishness around this business idea that you have. Okay? So if we're saying with emotion, right, that I receive increasing amounts of money, I do receive increasing amounts of money easily and effortlessly. If that's what we're saying, right, we have this business that we've been trying to launch for 2 years. An action that we would take that would show God, show the universe that we believe what we're saying could be to quit your job. I don't know. I'm not telling you to quit your job. But that is an act of self-definition. What does that mean, to self-define? What does it mean to self-define? What do I mean when I say that? When I say that you're self-defining, everything that you do, every single action, every single one, every single action is an act of self-definition. You are defining who you believe yourself to be by how you act. Okay? So if you got this new affirmation, you have this new belief, you put the emotion behind it, but when it's time to take action, you hesitate. That is an act of self-definition. You're telling the universe, you're telling God that I actually don't believe this is true. I believe that I got to go to work to earn money. Does that make sense? You could also have this happen. You have the affirmation, you put the emotion behind it, and it's time for you to act. Before you even get to do your action, what may happen is the universe may act on your behalf because you put emotion behind it and you put the words that you want to come back to behind it. The universe may tell your job to lay you off. Uh-oh. Now you don't have a job. So now you have 2 options. You have 2 acts of self-definition that you can take. You can either go get another job, which is another act of self-definition that shows that you actually do not want to receive the $1 million. You want to stay at $100,000. Or you could take that sign and actually act on your business now. Take that first step. I promise you guys, I didn't go too deep into my story yesterday. But I've been implementing and learning from experience and actually shifting my life using what I'm telling you guys. Okay, so I'm not coming from concept anymore. I used to be a concept girly. I used to be able to tell you all the things, babe, but I wasn't experiencing them as I wanted to. Not no more. Oh no. We are transforming. We are embodying these new beliefs. Okay. When I started studying this material again, I started posting more on the internet. I started to be inspired when I posted. So I started to be in a state of abundance, a state of plenty, a state of wanting to serve, wanting to help others. That was the inner state that I had. And I acted on it. I posted the same video. And that's the thing. I haven't done anything new, you guys. Remember I told you guys yesterday, there's two people that manifest or that want to manifest. There's the person that actually has the beliefs that would create the life they want, but they don't act. And then you have the person that acts, does all the action, but doesn't have the beliefs to back the action to get the life they want. Remember I told you guys that yesterday? I did all of the things. And it's so crazy because yesterday when I was on TikTok, I have two pages, right? This is my new page, right? My journey as a mom, right? My new identity as a mother. But the page I had previously was my business page for my life consulting. And I was watching some videos, and it's crazy. It's not crazy. It works how it's supposed to. This is the exact time last year that I was doing a manifestation masterclass. And I remember exactly what I talked about on that manifestation masterclass and how different it is from what I'm talking about today. But I was making these videos talking about exactly what I'm talking to you guys about, but I was not doing it. I was not embodying it. I was acting. I was doing the actions. I was posting on socials. I was doing lives. I was doing masterclasses. I had a product to sell. I was open for business, but I was not embodying, and I was not the identity that would actually create the success I wanted. You know what went through my head all the time when I got on calls with people to talk to them about my business? How they weren't going to buy. How I needed to pay my bills in the back of my head. How I didn't have the qualification, or I didn't have enough success to coach them. How they just told me that they lost their job, so they don't have any money. How they just told me how much their income is, so they don't have any money. If that's what's going through my head, if those are the thoughts, what are the feelings attached to that? Lack, limitation, doubt, worry. Those are not happy states. We can agree on that, right? Those are not feel-good states. Those are not states that attract prosperity or abundance. Those are states that attract lack and limitation. And that's what I attracted, right? So when I got back into this study here recently, and I'm doing the same things, but I'm in a different identity, I have different beliefs about myself, I'm getting different results. I hit 1,000 followers. I found out I could go live on TikTok. Once you go live on TikTok, you can get subscribers. Once you go live on TikTok, you can actually make money off of TikTok Live. I've been on TikTok. So what's different now? What's different now? How was I able to monetize my social media within 2 weeks of learning what I'm telling you, but I wasn't able to monetize it over 4 years? What's different? My beliefs are different. My identity is different. I have the identity of someone who receives millions of dollars a year for the service that they provide to others. I don't desire $1 million a year for what I'm going to buy with it. Now, it's important to know how you're going to spend it so you can get in the imagination and the feeling of having it. But that's not why I want $1 million. The service that I am called to provide, to receive $1 million into my income, is so much more valuable to me than the actual receiving of the funds. Because that means if I receive $1 million into my business this year, that means I have transformed millions of lives. That's what I believe it means to be a millionaire or a billionaire. That's what I believe. You can believe whatever you want. That's what I believe. I believe if I'm a millionaire, that means whatever service I provided for in exchange for that money has impacted millions of lives. That doesn't mean that I personally touched a million lives, right? Money allows you to spread your influence farther than your actual physical body, right? So the service that I'm providing in exchange for the funds is why I'm doing it. Because the service that I'm providing allows all of you, the action takers, the doers, the beers, the people that see more for themselves, it allows you to create whatever it is you desire and to understand your calling. It's a ripple effect. I step into my calling, my purpose. You step into your calling, your purpose, because I stepped into mine. Somebody steps into their calling or purpose because you stepped into yours. Somebody steps into their calling or purpose because that person stepped into theirs. So do you see what I mean by receiving $1 million means that I have impacted 1 million lives? I might only touch 10,000 lives personally, but the effect of that on the world is astronomical. That's what it means to me to be a millionaire or a billionaire. Like I said, you can, whatever beliefs you want to have, baby. And I had to shift my beliefs around being a millionaire and being a billionaire. I had to shift my beliefs because the beliefs I had were not serving me to get to that status. They were hindering me. Okay. So I believe now that being a millionaire or a billionaire means that you have impacted 1 million or billion lives. Okay. So, it is 11:50, right? So we are going to have a break here in about 5 minutes. We're going to have a 5-minute break. And then when we come back, we are going to drop some heat. Okay, y'all, I am so excited, so enthused about the next segment of our call, of our masterclass. Okay. But I said all that to say, okay, it's like, girl, you said a lot. I said all that to say, there is a very simple process to manifest on purpose, because I want to remind you guys, you're not turning on something that's off. You are always manifesting. You are manifesting right now. The thoughts, feelings, being, beliefs that you have currently are creating your tomorrow. You're always manifesting. You are never not manifesting. And don't let anybody tell you different. You are always manifesting. So if you're always manifesting and you don't even know, remember I said earlier, you can't escape a prison if you don't know you're in one. If you are always manifesting and you do not know you are always manifesting, what are you creating? You can't be creating what you want because you didn't even know that you were doing it. It sounds like you may be creating somebody else's life, somebody else's experiences, what other people told you, other people's beliefs. Somebody asked me on my page on TikTok, they asked me what I would do if my children wanted to go to traditional school. A lot of people got to my TikTok because I made a controversial, I guess you could say, TikTok about things that I will not be doing with my children. And one of them was that I will not allow my children, or I would not, I'm going to say allow my children to go to traditional school, public or private. And someone asked me, what if my child wants to go to traditional school? And I answered that question in this way. Simple. If my child wanted to go to traditional school, I would allow them to do so. However, my beliefs start out as my child's beliefs. If I believe that it is a waste of time to go to traditional school, that is what my child is going to believe. Does that serve my child or does it not? I believe it does, because I believe it promotes a lot of life experience that you cannot get sitting in a classroom. Right? But that's the belief that I have. My parents didn't have that belief. I went to traditional school. It might not even have been a belief that my parents thought about. So that's why it's so important. And that's why I am so fired up and called to what I am doing and what I'm creating. Because you guys cannot manifest what you want to if you don't even know you're manifesting and you don't know how to. Okay? So you're manifesting right now your parents' beliefs. If you haven't changed your beliefs, You're manifesting your parents' beliefs. You're manifesting the beliefs that they got from their parents or the village. You know, it takes the village to raise a child, they say. That village has hella beliefs. Okay? And not all of them serve us, to be clear. So, my purpose, calling, right? Reason for being, reason for showing up here every day as the elevated version of myself is to raise the collective consciousness by teaching you guys how to embody new ideas of self that create realities that serve you, that are prosperous, that allow you to experience life. Okay? And I believe the value that is provided from that service and the law of compensation tells me that the value provided for that service will be greatly compensated because that's how it works. Okay? That's my vision for you guys, for you all to step into your purpose / calling, to also help raise the collective consciousness, to serve others with however you do that, and to be greatly compensated for your service. Okay? So this process is the process that you will take to get you from old belief, old identity to new belief, new identity. Old belief, old life. New identity, new life. Okay? So we're going to take a 5-minute break here. And we're going to come back at 12 Central on the dot. It might be 4 or 5 minutes. And then when we come back, make sure you come back. I do not want you guys to miss this last 30 minutes. This is a very, very, very crucial last 30 minutes, okay? Like I told you guys yesterday, we are not changing our life in 6 months. We're not changing our beliefs in 6 months. We're changing them today, okay? So we're going to come back in 5 minutes and we will go over our special announcement. Okay, so I'm gonna pause this here because no, cancel, wrong button. Girl, about to. So I'm gonna pause this. Yeah, pause. Now these, I don't know if I can pause this. I don't know if that's a thing. So I might just turn the camera off. And again, I'm so sorry, YouTube, because I know y'all couldn't hear me at the beginning of that live, and that is crazy. I mean, the beginning of this class. Yeah, I don't know how to mute it. So again, we're gonna come back at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. So like 3.5, 4 minutes. seconds to hop back on here before we get back into it. Get into it, get into it. Boom. Why? Oh, there we go. All right, perfect. We are all back. Everybody's here. Awesome sauce. Okay. So let me pull this up here. Okay. Now this, I don't believe you'll be able to see it on, if you're on TikTok or if you're on Instagram. So send me a DM. Actually, I'm gonna put the link in my bio. That's what I'm gonna do. But let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so everybody's back. Awesome. We have our first subscriber. Yes. Congratulations to Just Follow Me. We have our first subscriber. Love that. So now I'm definitely fired up because that is there's something about investing in yourself for your personal growth. That energy is, when I say act of self-definition, that is a very powerful act of self-definition. To invest in yourself for your personal growth, woo, the universe hears you loud and clear. Okay. So thank you. We will connect after this, and we will have a little brainstorming session to make sure that I'm providing you with the value and the service that you desire. So we're back, right? This is the Manifestation Masterclass, Believe in the End. Okay. I named it that for a reason. Okay. Believe in the end. The word believe. Now, I don't know if I've heard this somewhere or if I came up with it. I'm not sure. I'm not going to take the credit for it. But what I will say is, I feel like the word believe, we can change that to be living. Be living. Does that make sense? Hold on, they want me to do something to continue. What in the world is this? That was crazy, right? So I want you guys to be living, believe in the end. What does that mean? To believe in the end, right? To be living in the end means that you have identified the life you want to live, right? We're going to call that the end. It's not the end as the final destination, but it is a point on your journey to get to where you want to be in life, right? So we're going to call it the end for now. When you believe in the end, or when you be living in the end, right? That means that you have determined what you want your life to look like. You've created this picture. Maybe it's a vision board. Maybe it is a just an image that you have. Maybe it's your imagination when you're visualizing, right? You have created what you want your next end result to be. Okay? And the way that you are going to manifest that, the way that you are going to make it seen in your physical reality, right, in your physical world, is by living in the inside. What do I mean by that? We've been talking about beliefs, right? You're creating a new belief system. So what I'm helping you guys to do is I'm helping you to create a new belief system that will propel you to your dream life, and I'm helping you embody it, put the action behind it so you can actually make it happen. Okay? So the end result, again, for this example, we've used being a millionaire. That is the end. So to believe, to believe in the end, to be living in the end, then means that the beliefs that I am holding today are going to propel me to that life. I can't keep the same beliefs I have today and become a millionaire in the future, in the end. It's not going to happen. If it was going to happen, it would have already happened. Do you guys understand that? If you have the beliefs, if you have the identity of the person that would be a millionaire, if you had that now, you would be a millionaire now. The only reason you're not a millionaire now is because you do not have the beliefs of a millionaire. You believe in the end, but the end for you is the same end it's been, the Groundhog Day. You have the same life over and over and over again. You go to work, you come home, you make dinner, you put the kids to bed, you go to sleep, you go to work, you come home, you make dinner, you put the kids to bed, you go to sleep, you come home. You right now, you believe in the end. You be living in the end. But the end is not what you want. The end is what someone told you it should be. Does that make sense? So when I say believe in the end, right? This new life that I want to create, who do I need to be? What beliefs do I need to have to make that happen? And how can I embody those beliefs today? Because all you have is the present. I don't know if you guys know this, but tomorrow's not promised. The next second is not promised. All you have is the present. You cannot change your future in the past. You cannot change your future in the future. You can only change your future today, because today will become your future. What you do today determines your tomorrow. So you have to create that belief system, that inner sense of plenty, that I have all there is now, so that in the end, you actually manifest and see it in your physical reality. Does that make sense? Does everybody understand what that means? Okay, so that's why I titled it Believe in the End, right? And that's probably a phrase or a statement that you're going to hear from me going forward, right? For everybody that feels called to stay in my energy, you'll hear that going forward. Okay, so special announcement. Okay, so so I told you guys initially, right, that I started this journey of personal development, being a mindset consultant, life consulting 4 years ago. I believe the day I invested initially may have been May. It was the beginning of May. Okay. 4 years ago. And it's crazy because Facebook and TikTok, they're pulling up, they're reminding me of 4 years ago. They're reminding me of a year ago. I did a manifestation masterclass, not similar to this one, but I did a manifestation masterclass. I was promoting it at this exact same time last year. Crazy. Anyways, when I started my journey 4 years ago, I was partnered with Bob Proctor. I mentioned Bob Proctor yesterday. Bob Proctor was the world's foremost leader and teacher in human potential and growth. Okay. Bob Proctor was the first person that introduced me into this material. I am forever grateful for Bob Proctor. Okay. When I got into this material, I invested in his program. I invested in his company to become a coach with him, to teach people how to transform their lives, how to create better results, how to change their paradigm, how to shift their mindset, right? I used the program that I paid for and I sold it to 2 other people. Remember, I told you guys that yesterday. I had 2 clients in 4 years. And I don't remember if I think I said I was going to tell you guys today how I've shifted my perspective on that. So I will do that before I go into the special announcement. But before I say that, I spent 4 years studying this material, right? And I created some results. Remember, you guys, and let me say this briefly before I even get to that. Before I even found out about this material, I was what you would call successful. I was an honor roll student. I graduated high school with honors. I graduated college with a math degree, cum laude, in 3 years instead of 4. Got my bachelor's in 3 years. I purchased my first house at the age of 22 by myself. Right? I got my first big girl job. I think I was making $33,000 a year. I got my second big girl job about 9 months after that, making $50,000 a year. I got into this material. I doubled my income in 9 months. I signed my first coaching client the first year I started my business. I wrote a book. I launched my website. I manifested the love of my life. I moved to a new state/city with $200 in my pocket and $30,000 worth of credit card debt. I released 45 pounds of weight from my body in 10 months, I believe. Right? So I some results. I've got a little something. Okay. But it was not permanent. None of those things, the beginning things don't even define me anymore. But the things that I created, the things that I actually manifested in the time that I started learning this material to now, I don't have anything to show for those things. Or I didn't have anything to show for them because my manifestations weren't permanent. I did not create a new belief system around who I was. I did not create a new belief system that would help me stay in the end, that would help me actually create the end. I was intermittently manifesting, occasionally, right? And before I actually got into this new material or this new mentor that I'm with now, right? And the mentor that I have now, the mentor that I have that I have started to embody some of the beliefs from and listen to and actually follow the direction. She was also Bob Proctor's a Bob Proctor consultant, or she actually worked with Bob. And when she got into Bob's material, she took the same program I took. She took the same program that I did. She used it to she used it to receive $1 million in income in 7 months. She used the exact same program that I used to receive $1 million in 7 months, and then $3.3 million in her first year of business. Okay. So I said all that to say the last 4 years that I have been in this business and that I manifested those 2 clients, or I signed those 2 clients. Before a week ago, I looked at that as failure. I looked at that as I didn't succeed. I looked at that as a bad thing. I looked at that as I didn't get what I want. I didn't manifest what I wanted. I looked at that as if, maybe this isn't for me. I had the inkling in the back of my head. I still love this material, but I said, maybe this isn't for me. Went back to having a regular job. And then 7 days ago, I decided to shift my perspective. I decided to change my perception of the last 4 years. Because I got an idea from the information that I'm teaching you, from taking inspired action. I got the idea to go ahead, take the leap of faith, and to create my own course for manifestation, my own program. And what I had to, and how I shifted my perspective was one from, I only signed 2 clients in the last 4 years, to I'm so grateful that I only signed those 2 clients in the last 4 years, that they did have success and they were able to manifest some of the things that they wanted, but they did not have the opportunity to transform their lives by transforming their new identity. I'm so glad I had those 2 clients, right, that actually used this program and got some value from it, but didn't have the first half of the manifestation process. Because I could think about the fact that I had, let's say if I had 100 clients, but they only have half of the manifestation process. Would I still consider myself successful? If my clients are not manifesting on purpose, thank you, baby. Would I still feel like I'm successful? So yeah, the last 4 years, I am extremely grateful that I was in contact with the 2 women that I was in contact with, and we have a great relationship today. And I absolutely want them to be a part of this new business. But I'm grateful that I only closed those 2 clients, because I would have been doing all of my other clients a disservice by giving them half of what they needed to make their lives change. Now, let me be clear, or y'all misconstrue what I'm saying. Bob Proctor is still the GOAT, okay? His program is still fire for who it's fire for. Let's be clear, okay? There's not a knock on Bob Proctor. Do not run around saying I said that, because I did not. What I'm saying is, right, I am in the spirit of creating something from my being, from me, right? That encompasses all of the manifestation process through the teachings that I've gathered through Bob Proctor and through Kathleen Cameron, who is my new mentor. Okay? Taking their teachings, their beliefs, some of them, and embodying those, and then creating a product, creating a service, creating a course, creating a community, creating an energy, right, from a young Black woman. A lot of people resonate with me. A lot of people tell me that I have great energy, that they love my energy. People tell me this all of the time. And you know why they tell me that? Because they have that same energy in themselves. They have that same light in themselves. The only reason you see it in me is because it's reflecting. If you didn't see it in me, you wouldn't have it in, or you wouldn't see it in yourself. Right? So I believe that this is the time for me to give birth. And I did actually give birth on Mother's Day to this idea. But to you guys, it'll be today. But I'm going to say it was Mother's Day because that makes me feel good. Giving birth to this idea, right? Taking Bob Proctor's 6 decades of personal experience, taking Kathleen Cameron's 4 years of growing a almost $30 million business. She made her first $1 million in 7 months. Taking her teachings, Bob's teachings, and having them be channeled through me as a Black woman from my experiences so that I can also assist Black women, women of color, women, and everyone on this planet to see their true self, to decide the life they want to live, and to transform their being, their identity, and their belief systems to match that life. With that being said, that just came off the spirit, honey. I ain't even practice that, baby. I didn't even write that down, babes. That came off the heart. With that being said, we are officially, my company, Mindful Success Methods, and I are launching our flagship signature manifestation program. Okay? Thinking from the End is what it's called. It's called Thinking from the End. Okay? So similar to the Believe in the end, but we're going to be thinking from the end. So we're going to create that end. What do we want? What is that life? Right? We're going to think about that briefly. And then we're going to say, who do I need to be to create that life? We're going to understand who we are currently, what our current beliefs are, how we see ourselves, how do we feel about ourselves, what is our self-concept, right? We are then going to get into the spirit, connecting to our oneness, remembering who we are, who we've been taught to forget. We're then going to take that old belief and we're going to think about how we can create a new one. As soon as we think and reason and create that new belief, we're going to put some emotion behind it. We're going to affirm it. We are going to act on it. And you are going to be forever transformed into the you, the best version of yourself, the you that would create the end that you came up with in the beginning. Similar to a puzzle. You know when you guys get a puzzle and you have the box has the picture on it, the picture of the puzzle, and it tells you what the picture is going to look like when you finish the puzzle, right? That's exactly what we're doing here. We're taking a picture, right, that we're going to create for our future. All of the pieces that we need to put that puzzle together, they're all in the box. They're all in the Thinking from the End program. All of the pieces are in this program. And what you're going to do is, Well, what you could do, what some people do, is they create the border of their puzzle first, right? They create the outside. They get all the end pieces. So let's create the outline, right? And then we are going to take inspired action every single day to let us know which piece to put in next, right? When you put your puzzle together, you don't know what piece to put. You just pick up a piece and you keep going. You find out where it goes. That's what we're going to do every single day together for the next 6 months, starting on June 1st. We are going to take a puzzle that we have a very clear picture of. We're going to make the outline of that puzzle, right? Our new beliefs. We're going to take the outline of that puzzle, our new beliefs, and then we're going to take inspired action. We're going to put one piece of that puzzle in there every single day until we have created the full picture of that puzzle. I love that analogy. I got that from my new mentor as well. Okay, so thinking from the end, it is a manifestation program. It is a 6-month intensive transformational pivotal course, right? Created by yours truly, based off of my experiences and my teacher's experience, Bob Proctor and Kathleen Cameron, their experiences all together through me channeled into this program for you. Okay, we're going to be together for 6 months. We're going to, I don't know how many modules we're going to have yet, because this is something that I'm creating. And I want to tell you guys why this is important and why I am doing all the things that I'm doing. I am taking what's called inspired action. I am taking acts of self-definition. I told you guys what my goal was, right? What amount of money I wanted to receive. And I told you why I wanted to receive that, because of the impact that I want to provide through the service that I provide, right? I will lose my train of thought and then it'll come speeding right back. Yes, so this is a program that I am creating, right? It is launched for pre-sale today. The pre-sale starts today, okay, at a discounted rate. I believe that people who take action deserve to be rewarded for it. I believe people that see the worth in themselves and see the return of investing in themselves, I believe they should be rewarded for it. Okay, so the pre-sale for the program officially launches today. Okay, immediately right now. Okay, so I have the links. I'm going to drop them everywhere so everybody has the link. Okay, this is for the pre-sale. This is for everybody who makes a decision. I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to become the best version of myself. And I want to be in a community of people who are doing it also. I want to be in the energy of people who are also making shit happen. Because it's not just you. This energy that I'm putting out, this message that I'm putting out, all the things that I'm doing, it is really attracting some heavy hitters. So you will have a community of people who are also becoming the best of themselves to serve their purpose of raising the collective consciousness through whatever service they provide and being greatly compensated for it. Okay, so it launches for pre-sale today. I will drop all of the links. The pre-sale price, okay, the pre-sale price. If you pay, and before I say that, I also believe that people that pay in full also should be rewarded for their efforts. Because when you pay for something in full, that is a powerful act of self-definition. And when you invest money in yourself for your growth, the universe listens to you. Okay? So for everybody that decides, I'm ready to change my life, I'm ready to embody this new belief, and I want to be surrounded by people who are also embodying this new belief, and I want to get into this energy, right? The pre-sale price is $8,888. I like angel numbers. I like fun numbers. Okay? From today, May 15th, to May 31st at 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. The paid in full price for anybody who makes that decision is $8,888. Okay. Now, if you decide, you know what, Maya, I'm a decision maker, babe. I'm ready. I'm let's go. But I got a little bit less than that, just a little bit. You can absolutely break it into payments. Okay. If you decide I'm making the decision regardless, but I'm not at the capacity yet, I haven't accepted the identity yet of somebody that can pay in full, I want to do a deposit and then do monthly. Okay. So you'll have a month or the total, if you do the payment plan, is $9,999. You'll have a $3,333 deposit. And then 2 more monthly payments of $3,333. Okay. And this will be on the link that I sent that is posted everywhere. So you don't have to remember these numbers. It will be on that link. Okay. If for some reason you get on a link and you do not see an option that serves you, an option that works for you, but you're determined, you're willing, you're ready, send me a DM, comment somewhere, let me know so we can make this happen. Okay. If you decide, no, I'm not even going to say that. The in full is $8,888. The payment plan is $9,999. Okay. We're not going to talk about what the price is on June 1st for 2 reasons. One, my goal, my vision for this program and for all of you is for this program to be sold out, to hit capacity before the 1st. I want you guys to hop in now, and I want us to be at capacity. I want the family to be built before we even launch the program on the 1st and start. So that's one reason why I'm not going to tell you what the price is for the future. But the other reason is it's going to go up. So, excuse me. I want you guys to focus on where it is now, because that's when you want to get in. You want to get in now. Okay. So I am so excited. I am extremely grateful. I am building this course. I literally, guys, pulled all of this information from this course out of my head and put it on paper over the last 3 weeks. And I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks with everything that is put in place and the expansion that I am seeing to get the last piece together to give you guys. So when we start on the 1st, I am a totally different woman today, but you will see it in the physical as well. And that is what this program is about. It's about speaking, coaching, mentoring from experience, not from concept, from things that I've done, from things that I'm embodying, from things that I can say, absolutely, I've done so. Now, some of y'all might have bigger dreams than I do. So don't feel like just because I haven't necessarily in the physical realm received $30 million doesn't mean that you can't. Doesn't mean that I can't help you do it. Okay. That just might not be my vision, but it could be yours. But this program, this process works for everyone, anyone and everyone. Everyone that has a spirit is a spirit, because you are a spirit. It works for you. Okay. So that is our special announcement. Thinking from the End is launching today for pre-sale, and it will be available to start on June 1st. My goal is for us to hit capacity before the launch date. And on that launch date, on June 1st, we are rolling. Okay. Before we even get there, we're going to have some calls together for the people that have already decided to change their life and invest in themselves. We're going to have some calls together because I want to get your feedback. I want to know what it is that you want to see in this program, what would be helpful for you, right? You have the opportunity to create with me this program to make sure that your input is heard. That is crazy. Most people create the program and they give it to you. Okay? I want to make sure that I am inclusive of the things that matter to you. Yes, a queen to a B2 a brand. I like that. I like that. You follow me, I'll follow you back. But you oh, congratulations on your first subscriber on TikTok. Thank you. Thanks so much. Okay. Y'all got distracted. Yes. So I want your input. I want your feedback. I want you guys to tell me, what you would like to see. Now, doesn't mean I'm going to accept and implement every idea that I'm given, but I am open to receive new ways of doing things that help others. Okay. So that is it. Okay. The Believe in the End Manifestation Masterclass Day 2 is a wrap. We have officially launched the Thinking from the End manifestation program, right? It has officially launched. I am so grateful and so enthused and inspired to keep creating it, to keep moving forward because of all of the feedback that I'm getting from you guys and all of the energy that I'm receiving and feeling. Okay. So I'm going to give you all of the links. Send me a DM, write me a comment. Let me know what questions you have. Let me know how I can assist you. Okay. Get in now. Do not wait. Waiting is an act of self-definition. Procrastination is an act of self-definition. Okay. Everything you do is defining who you believe yourself to be. And that is what you're going to create. Okay. So do something different, be somebody different, believe something different first, right? I believe, or here's a belief that you could have, right? I'm almost done. Here's a belief that you could have, right? When I circulate, or when money that is invested in myself brings me, no, I'm trying to figure out how I want to word the belief. I'm sure I have a belief written down somewhere about investing in myself. Honestly, I will invest in myself. I'm a risk taker. I don't really try to do too much thinking and talk myself out of it. I like to just get right on in it, baby. Actually, I'm not gonna go through this because I have so many beliefs that I've written down. These are all the beliefs that I've written out over like the last however long. Like this is what I'm doing for this course, right? How I'm actually creating this course is going through it myself. But a belief that you can have is all the money that I circulate provides me with the greatest return. Something like that. All the money that I circulate provides me with a great return, the greatest return. When I invest in myself, my money is quadrupled. My worth is quadrupled. My impact is quadrupled, right? And then how can we act on that to self-define? Invest in yourself. Invest in the program. Or send me a DM, a comment, and see what we can make work. Awesome sauce. All right, y'all. I'm going to go back to mommying. I love you all. Thank you so much for everybody who participated, who came on the Zoom, the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, wherever we're streaming, because we're streaming everywhere, right? I am so grateful for this opportunity to really be an example and live and teach from experience, right? This material that I'm teaching you and that I'm putting in this program, it is going to change your life. You will have lifetime access to the program. We will have bi-weekly coaching calls, right? Mentorship calls where I will come on with you guys and we will do, we'll actually work on these things together, you and I, very closely. And then you will have the community. My vision is 100 people to start. Think about that. Think about 100 people who are also becoming the best versions of themselves that you can then collaborate with, that you're in energy with, that that you're around, that you could say you have something in common with. That is very, very powerful. Okay. So I'm going to drop the links everywhere. If you have questions, let me know. But this early bird, one last thing. I'm so sorry I forgot this. If anybody invests in themselves in full, by tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So today is Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right? Tomorrow, anybody that invests before 1 p.m. Central Standard Time will also get $1,101 off, $11 off. So instead of it being 8888, it'll be 7777. These are the doers, the action takers, the people that change the world. If you act in the next 24 hours before 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, you will get the in full for 7777. All right. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Please, I am very friendly. I love to serve others and to see how I can be of service to others. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me with any questions, comments, concerns. I will see you guys on some platform in some way here shortly, but I'm going to go back to momming, of course, because that is one of my passions, and to finish being this person, creating this identity so I can create this course for you guys. All right. Love you. Kisses. Goodbye to Zoom and